What's up, guys? Coach Shine here, coming to you with another live for today. And tonight or today, I'm going to be talking about things that I've noticed about hairstylists and why I know that they actually need a coach and they will benefit from having me as their coach. Okay. So, here are some key things. Okay. Most hairstylists are operating a business that requires them to utilize their hands and to utilize their skill set, and so they're working and standing on their feet most of the time in their business, right? And so the benefit, a major key here of having a coach is that they're able to help you with structure. Okay, they help you to create a structured operation, a structured company, and have a actual system in place to support you in your business and your growth and your evolution. Okay, because when you have a business that you constantly are working in nonstop, and you don't have the proper system in place, you don't know your profit margin, you don't know your numbers, you don't actually have a budget, you're just winging it, you can be very flighty and feel like, things are just happening to you. So it's like it puts you in a place where you're being more reactive versus proactive. And the key thing here is that a coach will help you to get ahead of yourself and to help you to see things from a very clear perspective, right? I mean, imagine having and seeing profit in your business because you put the proper systems and structure in place, right? And you're no longer burning yourself out, burning your energy, feeling like you're always trying to play catch up, or like you're in this kind of like rat race or whatever. This is all about you having the proper strategy in place so that you can actually see an increase and overflow in your income and your profitability in your business, and see it scale way higher and way bigger. Okay, so a coach is there to help guide you and kind of fill in those gaps and to help you see areas that you can actually increase your profitability and make more money. Okay, so I think about the fact that I ordered something from, I believe it was Temu, because I was seeing this site and I've heard about it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try to order something, right? Now, the quality and things that I've gotten from it was perfect. It's cool. No problem with that. But I've realized something about Temu because I've ordered from them one time. But what Temu do, because you guys know I'm always looking for the marketing behind the brand, the why and what, right? And the how. So I noticed that Temu is, once you become a customer, and you can incorporate this as even with your clients once they become a client, right? This is how you have to start thinking as a business owner, as a $1 million brand, as you're building your $1 million company, right? Even up to multi-millions. Okay, so Temu has since then, I mean, literally been emailing me nonstop. I don't know how frequent, or if it's like every hour on the hour. I don't know. But I do know that Temu has no problem flooding my emails with their offers and their promotions. And I look at their subjects and the way that they actually structure their emails, and it's pretty straight to the point. And so it's amazing because I think about all of those missed opportunities when it comes to us even promoting and selling, and even just being able to do it with more consistency but also more frequency. So doing it more frequently also increases your chance of making sales, right? And as you guys know, as I've said before, like the more that you actually sell, the more you increase your actual sales, because it is in fact a number game. So the issue is not that you can't increase your sales or your clientele. The issue is, are you increasing your frequency? Like most times I see the consistency could be there, but now it's time to increase in how frequent you are actually sharing your offers, promoting your offers, talking about them, and really, just showing what it is that you do. Okay, so that is something that a coach can help you to actually identify. What are those opportunities, even in your brand and how you have things structured, ways that you can actually improve and actually increasing your profitability and your sales and getting more clientele. Okay, another thing I noticed too is that oftentimes I've noticed that hairstylists, they have way too much freedom and need to create a balance. Okay, and this goes back to when I was saying about the whole winging it part. Like if you don't have a system or structure or any strategy when you're actually moving out here in life in general, you're not doing it correctly. Okay, so when it comes to having too much freedom, that actually entails to the fact that there is not enough balance with the system and the structure and the things that can support you to move about freely. Okay, this is not, speaking to the fact that having freedom is a bad thing. No, I actually believe in freedom and I value freedom, and that is a part of my own value system. Okay, freedom and wealth building. So when I speak to too much freedom, is that I'm speaking to an imbalance in regards to how much they're actually providing structure, systems, strategy. Okay, so a coach will help you to really create a strategy, a system, and actually help you to find your own way through what that looks like. And I feel a lot of hairstylists, especially if you're young or if you've just been in the game a long time and you're used to doing business a certain way, and so you've gotten comfortable doing it that way, and now it's like, what is the point of me actually doing it any differently? But I want to kind of challenge you to look at it. Have you been seeing an increase in your income, or are you living year after year in the same fashion, right? Are you living out the same cycles over and over again, or are you seeing an increase or growth? Are you seeing evolution? This is why I speak about evolution, because yes, we actually do business in cycles, but each cycle should show improvement. It should show growth. It should show that things have evolved, and evolution shows that there is a significant change. Okay, a significant change. So your income, if your income is still dancing around the same tax bracket, then that's how you can determine, okay, there's more I could be doing to actually to actually supersede past that plateau, right? To supersede past it, because there are different income brackets and tax brackets that you can actually, reach. And so when we start thinking as a company and run our business like a company, we look at it from that perspective. Okay, profitability, how can I increase my profits? That means you have to also be good at record keeping, knowing your actual expenses versus your spending, being able to know and have a breakdown of what percent goes to where and why, and really having a strategy when it comes to how you're moving in your business. Okay, these are things that mature people and those who are growing as a woman in business start to think about the more that they actually do the work and actually care. Okay, and I don't think this actually necessarily is an age thing, because I've seen stylists that are older than me that still don't think this way. So it can't be about age. I think it's just about where you are in your journey. And even if you have those examples around you to show you a different way, And that's kind of what a coach does. It shows you, okay, wow, I didn't think of that, or I didn't know that that was a possibility for me, right? And so again, this is why me actually coaching hairstylists is so important, because I understand that that whole hustle, right? Because when you're a hairstylist, a lot of times you out there grinding, you hustling, you're not thinking about the strategy behind the business. You probably don't even know that you should be strategizing. You probably don't even think about that. And so this is where I get to help you guys to, provide those insight and that guidance on how to actually make that happen, how to get you thinking like a grown woman, how to actually move out here in this world very strategically, very next level, and to continue to level up and see you rise in social status and class, which is equated to growing your income level. Okay, so again, we got to think about our big goal here, and that's fine. I'm holding the standard. It is what it is. We're headed to millionaire status. Okay, so when we're thinking about millionaire status, when we know that that's where we're at, then guess what we have to do? We have to do things differently. We have to move differently. We have to play the game. We got to know how this works. So this comes down to us actually creating the things that we need and having a solid coach to help us rise to the occasion. Okay. I see how, let's see. Oh, this is the next one I see. They need healthy habits and time management. Hairstylists, you guys can feel me on this, okay? Taking care of yourself, prioritizing yourself, putting your needs and your health and your actual desires first is the best way to actually run any type of business, okay? If you are doing it the opposite way, then that just means that you have to just go through those experiences, but learn that now I got to put myself first. I got to put myself at the top of the list on anything and everything. Prioritize my own needs, which means that you're not people pleasing. You don't care what people think. You actually are focused on yourself. And then another thing is that you don't mind actually moving very strategically, but also knowing how to do it in a way where you're not dealing with outside interference, right? So that comes with a level of discipline as well. So having healthy habits, and then time management, right? What are you doing with your time? Are you spending your time, on a lot of entertainment or just scrolling social media, or do you spend a great bit of your time? And this can go back into a breakdown here again, where you can evaluate realistically your numbers. I mean, you got to see where your energy is going, because your energy is your currency. So the most valuable asset when it comes to that is your time. So where are you spending your time? Are you managing your time well? I know that, you can feel very, successful knowing, okay, I've done my clients for the day, and then now I'm going home, I'm going to cook, eat, and then go to bed, right? But, okay, if you are still in that kind of routine, it's like, okay, do you incorporate daily habits that can support you in your well-being, and actually, working in your systems, opening your laptop and just working on your phone, doing things that you can introduce or, have systems in place, even on automation that will bring new clients into your world, into your work. Like, are you making sure your websites and your things are up to date? Like, are you really looking at, how much did you spend that day, and where did that go? Are you logging into, your actual bookkeeping or record keeping? Are you actually taking those extra steps? Are you doing your workouts, right? Are you doing things that, eating healthy, choosing better foods, and, just those little things? And I'm not here to like make it a big thing as far as what you eat and all that stuff. But again, this is all about what actually works for you. Okay. And so this is where we get to, really look at things from a very numerical approach, right? Being able to add a measurement to it to some degree, right? To see, okay, I've spent this amount of time at work today. I've spent this amount of time, working in my business. I've done this amount, like there's a difference. I always say this, there's a difference between working in your business and on your business. So that's how you got to kind of gauge. And then even just being able to maintain everyday things, even in your household, your home, making sure you have a clean environment, and just different things that can support you and you feeling you have a quality of life and well-being that is sustainable, that can support you for the long term. Okay, so having a coach can help you really refine and sharpen in those areas that you can grow into your womanhood, and really to just be more of a responsible adult, right? And so that again goes to the systems to support your growth and evolution. And then I also noticed that a lot of hairstylists need direction and guidance, right? Which is why a coach is important, because being able to receive support, direction, and guidance. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but those things are what we would call that invisible value, right? Those things that are not always tangible, but that they are meaningful. They're very meaningful, and they actually add to how you show up and who you become, and actually helping you sharpening your identity and sharpen as a being. And so there's a lot of that inside of having a coach that you guys may not even realize. And so that's why it's often hard to articulate the value that a coach will bring. But when you can look at things from, okay, what is the invisible value that I'm getting here, right? When you have that mindset and you're able to see things from a very meaningful place, like, was I able to receive a need, whether that was like, connection or direction or guidance or support in some degree. And those can be those nuances and subtleties, and they can change from person to person and be very specific and unique to you. But that is the beauty of having a coach, is that they can speak to those things, they can provide those things, they can help you, actually, again, fill in that information that's going to actually make things make more sense as you move things forward. All right, and so another thing is that a coach, they're able to mirror your blind spots to you in a healthy way, and on where you can be better and improve. Okay, so that goes back to what I was saying, being able to fill in those gaps, being able to fill in those spaces, or just anything that you're just not yet sure or clear on yet, right? And like I said, it be those small things. It's like we cannot underestimate the small victories, the small wins, the small subtleties. Those things I've seen is what really holds the most value in the long run, because you see those shifts happen from those things. So being able to have someone to mirror your blind spots in a healthy way, and being just having a divine mirror in general, is just, again, that adds so much value, that adds so much clarity to someone who's been in business, and then they've been doing it their way for so long, that now somebody is able to open your eyes to do it differently, to see it differently, and then approach it differently. And then that helps you to build the excitement, because you're like, wow, I really needed that. I needed that way of actually seeing it, or trying it out, and then approaching it, and then moving through it in a way where you actually see yourself rise. Okay, and so I also feel that hairstylists need to get better at planning, being able to plan. you have to be someone that really is like, okay, if I know I want to do this, right, I need to actually put it in writing. I need to put it in some form of making it tangible, or, you know, that's how I am. I'm a person that I have so many ideas and things that come to mind, and I also am very organized and keep up with many things. So it's like now I need to be able to plan out things, right? And so I know each day there are certain things that I actually need to do to keep things in my business growing, right? And so being able to be responsible as far as keeping up with those things each day requires planning. I'm big on like putting things in my calendar. I'm big on writing things down. I'm big on creating documents. I'm big on actually creating alarms. Oh my God, setting timers, honey, you name it. Like, there is so many different ways in which you can actually plan and structure things in your day or in your life in general that will help you and allow you to stay on top of things, feel more organized, and being proactive and ahead of the game. I'm telling you, being ahead is way more better than not. Okay? So supporting you and building an actual plan and structure and the strategies, all of this is actually strategic in the way that you approach it and think about things, right? Your ability to think differently, to do things differently. It requires an elevated state of being and an elevated state of mind. Okay? So that's what a coach can help support you with. Okay? And then, oh, this is a good one. I said they need to, hairstylists, they need to fall in love with what they do to prevent burnout. Okay, what do I mean by that? Falling in love with what you do. Okay, let's think about this. My coaching business is all hearts for me. Okay? This. You know why? Because I love what I do. I love how I build, how I create, how I am able to think, how I'm able to work smarter, how I'm able to make income in a very passive and active way, how I'm able to, connect with new people, connect with my clients, connect with my, business, my systems, all of the things, right? And no matter what anybody say or do, my coaching business is truly my foundation and how I move and how I'm able to really overcome anything. Okay? So we're talking about what? Self-actualizing. Now, when you fall in love with what you do, and I know many of you love being a hairstylist and styling hair, but what if you can fall in love with it in a new way because you've actually created that balance, that structure, those systems, those strategies that can help you see it and approach hairstyling, the doing of hair, in a whole new way. That you can feel so good knowing that you're being poured into, nourished, you're feeling well in your being, you're feeling overall just clear, having the clarity, and there's just no burnout because, again, you put things in place to where you can show up in a way where I love this. I love showing up at work. I love doing this. I love, doing what I do. So again, if there is not that feeling there, then we have to look at what is missing. What is the bigger picture here? What do you need to feel like I can show up regardless, and I can work my system, I can work this, I can do this, and make sure that things stay in balance and stay in harmony, right? So I'm telling you, managing your energy and your time and people is very important. So of course that all plays a role in you being able to maintain your integrity and also having clear direction and boundaries. Okay, so the next thing was they need someone to show them what is possible. And I love this because a coach is expansive. You hire a coach to expand you. You hire a coach to help you build on your future. Okay, you hire a coach to help you move past something and so you can get to the next level. That's why you hear us say next level, next level, next level, because it's really that. We're not sitting here, waddling on things that, yes, the past is significant for us to learn from, but we don't let that stop us. We see it, we observe it, we extract what we need from it, and then we actually apply it to create a new story, to create something different, to create it and make it something new. Okay, so when I say showing what's possible here, I mean we're talking about really redesigning and restructuring your own life in a way that is actually what you truly want and desire, based off the information you had and how you can actually apply it to get what you want. It's simple, right? Anything is possible when you truly apply yourself to make it happen. Okay, so this is where a coach get to show you more, right? I'm big on more. 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 So this is helping you to realize that there is always more. Okay? Again, it's those subtle things, small, big, it don't matter. More is your ability to actually see what is already present, integrate it, embody it, experience it, and then actually move to the next thing. Okay? So, this is how we can support hairstylists in them actually creating a business all around, having the fullness, okay? The fullness of being a woman in business, a grown woman in business, moving in business, strategic, being in your personal power, using your authority, speaking as the expert, being true and authentic, like making your money. Okay? This is how you get to the next level when you're working with a coach. Okay? So, Rise to Millions is a great way to start for coaching. Get inside. We're focusing on you elevating your mindset, your millionaire status, to actually align you with your first $1 million year. Okay? Rise to Millions, that's where it's happening. Okay? And if you're ready for the bigger mentorship, then definitely DM me. But get inside of Rise to Millions, because we are on the rise daily. Okay? All right, I'll see you guys inside. Take care.